Captain Carter. I don't expect this to be a very long video. It just happens that I picked her up and I really do think she's cool. I love this what if idea. Believe it or not, I've yet to watch the what if Captain Carter. I just think this is a fantastically designed figure. I think it looks really cool. And I did watch the Carter series, the little mini series thing that came out back when that was on, I think it's still there, to be fair. I started watching chronologically the entire MCU again. I wanted to see it chronologically. I wanted to watch the whole thing play out and see if it's as grandeur as I remember. Because we were living these things. It's so crazy that I'm saying we were at this point because it's literally been going on for so long now. It's like comics when you look back and you go, man, when I was growing up, but like it is. We're at that point now where there's so much of it. Now there's series and mini-series and tiny events and like cartoons and like all this and of course all the movies and all these events like play into one another. It's crazy how big this really is at this point. I mean, it really is. It's absolutely insane how big the comic book media bubble has become. When I say that, I mean the combined bubble. Things that sit outside of it, and I realize we're the same idea, but like most of the DC movies, they're kind of standalone. Like, yeah, you could argue like the Wonder Woman movie, as far as I'm concerned, it's standalone. It doesn't really affect the overall narrative that's at play with the rest of the DC movies and so on and so forth. That's what I'm getting at, is a lot of their movies are standalone. A lot of the Marvel movies are not. They all put things into motion that then affect things down the line and create series and subtext and things like that. It's crazy how intricate this Marvel thing has been. And yet, sometimes it has not always worked and sometimes it has. But because of that, there is a wealth of stuff to get. And this what if thing came out. And like I said, I haven't even watched it, but some of the stuff I've seen is just awesome from it. And this is one of the things that really caught my attention. In fact, now that I'm buying the figure off looks alone, I should probably like watch it. You know? Like probably. Anyways, I went to Ollie's a little while ago, and I found her for $10. For $10, you better believe, let's open this. Alright, here's the box. Nothing too big. Look, we know the Marvel Legends boxes that were done like this because they were done for a very long time, and to be fair, I think they're starting to go back to a sort of format like this. But then again, I'm seeing a lot of retro cards, so I don't know, I'll have to pay attention. The fact of the matter is that all Marvel figures came like this for the longest of times, and that's because it's a solid box. That's a good window for an in-box collector. It shows off the figure, there's no problem there. It has a side panel which shows the figure if you happen to go to a convention or something like that, and they're all laid out, you know exactly what you're looking at, what character you're going to get. The top of the box usually tells you what wave it's from. It's all solid. It's all a solid design, and it worked for a very long time, and there's really no reason they should have stepped away from it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, that kind of idea. And back panel right there, very solid. You kinda wish there was a cross-sell to tell me what else there was in this line, to see if there was something else that maybe I wanted to hunt down. I'm not sure why figures are starting to do this. And it's not just starting, because this is a fairly old figure by this point. I don't know how old to be fair, but fairly old to be fair as far as waves go for this line and whatnot. And there's no cross-sell. Like, in my case, I'm a random collector that came across this at an Ollie's. And now I would have to purposely go out of my way and do research to go, what else is in the what if line or whatever. And maybe I don't even care to do that, and this is the only one I'll ever get. It doesn't make business sense to not have the cross-sell on these figures. I'm not sure why we're not doing that all the time. You know what? Just for argument purposes, bam, an Iron Man. Cross-sell. Art. Art, still fine. Takes up a little bit of space. I realize that, let's say that this isn't part of a Build-A-Figure line, because I don't think it is. So then just don't have this. But this cross-sell is important. I know from looking at this that there's a couple figures here that maybe I want, right? I know from looking at this, Captain Carter. Oh well, let's open it. Bam! There she is. Look at that. She's awesome, right? Actually, she is pretty awesome. So, very simple. The only thing she came with is a shield, and it's a cool shield, to be fair. But what else? I mean, what else does this really have to be? Like, it's a shield, and you have a symbol on it, and I mean, that's what it is. We're not expecting anything unbelievable here, as long as it passes the ID and it's pretty cool, and I love how that matches up with the uniform and everything. So that's solid. That's a good shield. Let's check out a couple of her key features. One, the sculpting and everything is fine. I mean, it is really good, actually. I like this hard shoulder right here. I really like this hair and everything. Maybe it's just the idea of the style. I like this, but I wish it was utilized. If they would have had something there, like a clip or a little thing, and you could have done, because you can't do like this. You see what I'm getting at? That would have been awesome if she could have somehow worn the shield, but she can't, because this is like a permanent thing on the shield, and it also wouldn't go over her arms. Like, I can't pop the arms out of socket and then put this and then put it back on. So that's unusable, but it is cool that at least it's sculpted on there. The idea is there. She's very flat butt here. That's not a bad thing, to be fair. There's a seam on mine right here. I don't quite like that, but she's got absolute solid turn. She's got that thigh swivel. That's real. I miss this on figures that don't have it, by the way. When you don't have that, you can feel that it is missing. Got that good knee, but like all of this stuff is necessarily, I expect it. When we're talking about Marvel Legends. If we don't have it, I'm actually developing problems where I'm finding figures and they don't go out of the way to do the kind of articulation that I like, and boy, do I notice it. But I like these boots. The way they come down and then they cuff off like this, and then she's got all the rotation in her ankle and everything. That's absolutely fantastic. She's got real good swivel right here. I like all the little detail. I just think she's really fantastic. I wish mine didn't have this. This is a really hard thigh gap. She's a little dirty in places, but I'm having trouble figuring out if that's paint job or, how do I put this? Like this I see, it's a difference of color in one part to the other on the leg, and I don't necessarily mind that. But then like right here, I think this is scuffing on my figure. I'm pretty sure that it is. But in all honesty, if she's a Captain America-esque battle figure or whatever, then I don't mind that at all, in all actuality. I kind of prefer it in a way. Her wrists are this kind of wrist. She has punching. Dang, it really wants to focus on motherboard back there. I got a punching hand. I got a holding hand, okay? And now the face. This, when I was looking through all the figures, I found the one that I thought had the best face. This is the one I felt had the best face, and it is really solid. That is really good. I like that face a lot. I think it's fantastic. I like this hair. She has full head movement. Her hair doesn't get in her way at all. She can look down. She can be sad. She can't really look up. She's going to have to, like, move her body in a weird way or whatever. And then this, I imagine, what hand is she, actually, when I think about this? I don't actually know. Looks like we're going this hand. So let's do that. So the hand that has the grip, and I don't think she's meant to grip. I think we're meant to pull this off. Is this an extra piece? Yeah, this is a piece. So you got to be careful with that. You don't want to lose that. Yep, right here. So we want to bring that in like this. Reattach the hand. And there we go. And I'm more than happy with that. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I love it. I love it. She's great. That's a very simple figure. The video needs to really be nothing more than this. I just think she looks fantastic, and I was looking forward to putting her on the shelf. Like, that's a good figure. That's solid. That works for me. Not every video has to break the mold. Not every video has to be like 30 minutes long. Not every video has to affirm a like life-altering event of putting something on the shelf. It doesn't have to be the greatest figure ever. Sometimes we find a figure that's just good. And she's just good. The concept is good. The look is good. The idea is cool. The overall value that I see in the figure, the way that it's done and everything, I like this like a lot. I don't know why. It just works for me. She's going on the Marvel shelf. Captain Carter added to the shelf. Awesome.